Hey, welcome back to my channel Endless Pages. I'm Liv and welcome to today's video, which is my March TBR. Hope you've all been well. Long time no talk. It's been like 3 weeks since I posted a video and it seems that the only thing that I'm capable of posting at the moment is TBR videos, but at least I'm posting, alright? Yeah, it's time to talk about what I'm planning on reading in the month of March. I am in one of the worst slumps of my life, it feels like. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, like it's getting better, but some stuff happened, made a slump that was already starting just 10 times worse, and I didn't read for a while, most of February really, so it is time for some redemption and it's time for some good reads, and it is time to get rid of this slump. So in the month of March I am planning on participating in 2 readathons, which I know seems crazy right after a slump, but it is 2 of my bookish friends readathons, so I have to participate. I just have to. So the first readathon I'm planning on participating in is the Thick Thighs readathon. This is created by the absolutely lovely Sash from Sash Reads. This is a readathon where you read books with plus size representation. I think Sash put it much better than me. Healthy, positive plus size representation. So this is just a little short readathon. So this goes from the 1st to the 9th of March. And there's like a little bingo board that you can fill out. So I'm going to quickly talk you through what I want to read for this readathon. So the first book for the Thick Thighs readathon is kind of like a tradition I've made now. I've read a book by this author for the last 2 rounds of Thick Thighs, and that is Tully Hibbert's books, the Brown Sisters trilogy. So I'm going to finish this trilogy finally. This is At Your Age, Eve Brown, the 3rd book in the Brown Sisters trilogy, and I'm hoping this covers the prompt invisible disability. There is allegedly mental health rep in this book. If anyone could let me know if that's accurate, that would be great. I saw in one review said there was good mental health rep. I know that in previous books there's been like chronic illness rep, but that character is not the main character in this book, so I don't really want to count that. So if it obviously doesn't cover mental health, I will find another book, but yes. So I'm hoping it covers invisible disability, and then it also covers BIPOC author. So yeah, this is the 3rd book. Like I said, each book is following the romance of a different Brown sister. This, I believe, is the youngest Brown sister, Eve, and this is I think it's enemies to lovers-esque. So we follow Eve Brown, who is a certified hot mess. Life's just not going her way. When she ruins a wedding, her parents are like, you need to grow up, act your age, prove yourself. And then we follow the love interest Jacob. He is a B&B owner and he expects nothing less but for perfection from his employees. That's when Eve applies for the open chef position at his Airbnb, and then hits him with her car supposedly by accident. So now his arm's broken, his B&B is understaffed, and the dangerously unpredictable Eve is fluttering around trying to help. Before long, she's infiltrated his work, his kitchen, and his spare bedroom. Sunny, chaotic Eve is his natural-born nemesis, but the longer these 2 enemies spend in close quarters, the more their animosity turns into something else entirely. I've had so much fun with this series, and I have shocked myself with how much I love these books. So I'm really hoping we can go 3 through 3, and I love this one as well. And yeah, I think it's kind of cute that I've made it a tradition to read this series every time Thick Thighs is on, so I'm kind of sad that I'm at the end now. Next up for Thick Thighs is a graphic novel, and that is Bingo Love. This is by T. Franklin. I don't know why I'm so drawn to this. I think I put this on previous Thick Thigh TBRs. It doesn't really look like something I would normally pick up, but I'm just for some reason drawn to it. It sounds really cute. So Bingo Love is a, let me tell you first what prompts this should cover actually. So it should cover the prompt, obviously read a graphic novel. It also covers LGBTQIA plus rep, which is awesome, and yeah, that's all it covers. So the blurb of this book. So Bingo Love is a story of a same-sex romance that spans over 60 years. A chance meeting at church bingo in 1963 brings Hazel Johnson and Mari McRae together. Through their formative years, these two women develop feelings for each other and finally profess their love for one another. Forced apart by their families and society, Hazel and Murray both married young men and had families. Decades later, now in their mid-60s, Hazel and Murray are reunited again at a bingo hall. Realizing their love for each other is still alive, what these grandmothers do next takes absolute strength and courage. This sounds really beautiful and moving and wholesome, and I'm just really curious how I'm going to find this because, like I said, it's not something I feel like I would normally go for, but this sounds beautiful and heartbreaking, and I'm really excited that I popped it on another Thick Thighs TBR. So those are the two books that I want to read for this round of Thick Thighs. I know it's not a huge TBR, but we got to be realistic with how much reading I'm actually going to get done within those 9 days. There was also a group read that I will pop here that does sound interesting, so if I do have extra time, I will pick this up. The other prompts on the board are just like self-care, so I'll do something self-care-y, free space, share your TBR, which is what I'm technically doing now, join a live stream, which I will definitely do, and yeah, that's it. That's the rest of the bingo board, so pretty easy. I will link the announcement video in the description below, so please do go check it out. It's a very fun readathon, and Sasha's a lovely human, so you should go support her, and yeah. The second readathon I want to participate in the month of March is Roll of Reads, created by the lovely Mel from A Book Themed named Mel. This is a TBR game roughly based off Dungeons and Dragons. Mel plays this game every month or most months for her TBR, but once a year she opens it up for everyone to participate in. Like I said, roughly based off Dungeons and Dragons. You basically have 20 prompts all lined up. You roll a dice, and then if you say roll a 5, you pick up prompt number 5, and then read a book based off that prompt. There's more rules than that, but I've oversimplified it. Normally I roll during this TBR video, do all my 5 rolls, and then tell you what I'm going to read for it. I want to change it up this year. 2 reasons. One, because like I said, I've been so slumpy and I kind of want to mood read. And 2, I thought it'd be more interesting to roll as I go, and then I can film vlogs throughout the whole month. So that way I'm filming content again and having fun filming vlogs. So that's the thinking behind it. So I can't tell you a TBR for Roll of Reads, but I'm about to go through some hopefuls for the month, and some books that are on my radar at the moment. So some of these might hopefully work for Roll of Reads prompts. I will leave Mel's announcement video for Roll of Reads in the description below. It is a month-long read-along. It is always a good time, so please do go support Mel as well. Let's quickly start with books I want to reread this month. First up, Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan, the second book in the Percy Jackson series. I reread Lightning Thief, the first book, last month, and it was literally the only book that saved me from completely slumping and never picking up a book again. It really felt like that. It was like the perfect book to read at the time, middle grade, easy, fun, a 5-star read. So I want to get that, keep that momentum going and start book 2 this month, start my reread I should say. I'm rereading because I haven't read the newest books in the series, so yeah, that's that. The other book I want to reread is Seafire. This is by Natalie C. Parker. This is a piratey adventure book. I can't remember how long ago I read this, maybe a couple of years, and at the time I remember absolutely loving this book. I was like, this is so freaking good. So I want to reread this so I can read the sequel. I can't super remember a lot of the characters' names, which is not a great sign, even though I'm pretty sure I gave this 4 or 5 stars. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so our main character's family is killed by this Lord Arik, and his army of bloodthirsty boys called Bullets. So she is left to chart her own course on the dangerous and deadly seas. She captains her very own ship, the Mors Navis, which is a crew of girls and women just like her who have lost their families to this evil Lord Arik. So, the crew has one mission: stay alive and take down Arik's armed and armoured fleet. When her best friend and second in command barely survives an attack thanks to help from a bullet looking to defect, she finds herself questioning whether to let him join their crew. Is this boy the key to taking down Arik once and for all, or will he threaten everything for the women of the Mors Navis have worked for? I remember absolutely loving this book, and I keep looking at it on my shelf being like, I really want to pick this up again. I'm in such a reread mood, and I think I should listen to that. Let the reread reign free and let the slump die. Yeah, so this is fun, parody. I really liked the main characters. I really loved the plot. I'm hoping that this lives up to the hype and my memory of it so I can love it, reread it, and then finally move on to the sequel all this time later. Quickly, I'm going to talk to you about 3 hopefuls. The first one is a library book that is due back on the 11th and it has reserves on it, so I kind of want to read it. I don't want to wait for it to come back because I've already waited a while for it. And that is Clean by Alia Trabuco-Zaran. This is off my Read the World challenge, which is a reading challenge created by Tracy, which I will link at the storograph in the description below. This is a challenge where you have to read 2 books from every continent in the year 2025. Clean is a literary thriller. The literary part is intimidating to me. We follow this nanny to this rich family in Chile where we are following her retell the events that led up to the death of the daughter of the family that she's a nanny for, like how the daughter died. So it's a story about how, yeah, what it was like working for them. She cleaned for them, raised their daughter, and heard all their like dirty little secrets. So it's her recounting the story. It apparently explores domestic work, class, and violence against the backdrop of Chile's changing political landscape. It sounds amazing. I hope I love it. I'm a bit intimidated by it. And then there's 2 more books. So the next one is also off my Read the World challenge, and that is A Song of Wraith and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. This is another fantasy book. We follow Malik, and this festival is happening as his chance to escape his war-stricken home and start a new life with his sisters in the prosperous desert city of Zaran. But when a vengeful spirit abducts his younger sister, Nadia, as payment to enter the city, he strikes a fatal deal: kill Corinna, the crown princess of Zaran, in exchange for his sister's freedom. But Corinna has deadly aspirations of her own. Her mother, the Sultana, has been assassinated. Her court threatens mutiny, and the festival looms like a knife over her neck. Grief-stricken, Corinna decides to resurrect her mother through ancient magic, requiring the beating heart of a king. And she knows just how to obtain one, by offering her hand in marriage to the victor of the competition, the festival. When Malik rigs his way into the contest, he and Corinna are set on a heart-pounding course to destroy one another. But as attraction flares between them and ancient evil stirs, will they be able to see their task to the death? It's kind of giving enemies to lovers, hopefully. I'm intrigued. I don't know how I feel about like competitions anymore in books. I feel like maybe I don't like them, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully I like it. And then the third and final book that I want to hopefully get to in March is Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard. I feel like I've talked about this book so much on my channel that I'm not going to tell you the blurb, but it is a fantasy book, and I do love Victoria Aveyard's writing. I'm a huge fan of the Red Queen series by her, and ages ago, for a scrapped vlog, I did start to read this book, and the first chapter, I was like, I'm obsessed. I love this first chapter, and then I just like never picked it up again. I don't know why, because I was really enjoying it. So I want to get back into it and see if I was still loving it and see if I like this book. Apparently it's signed. I don't know if that's like a copy. I definitely didn't meet Victoria Aveyard, so it's not signed in person, but like Maybe I picked up a signed copy at Dimmicks. I can't remember, but it's signed, so hopefully I like it. Those are my reading plans for the month of March. I know this video was like a little bit all over the place, but that is just kind of an accurate representation of my reading at the moment, a bit all over the place. So I'm feeling hopeful for March. It can only go up from here. I don't think my reading could get worse. So it's only up from here. It's going to be a great, productive reading month. I'm going to have so much fun. Yes, the 2 readathons and the reading challenge that I talked about today are linked in the description below, so go check them out. Let me know in the comments below, what is your first read of March going to be? Do you know yet, or are you planning on mood reading? Let me know. All of my social media links are in the description below, and subscribe so you get to see when I post next, and you will get to see when I post my Roll of Reads reading vlogs. I'll probably post 2, maybe the first half of the month and then the second half of the month. So there should be 2-ish vlogs coming for that. So that should be good. Thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you in whatever the hell I post next. Bye!